All right, what you guys are about to see is, man, look, it just shows and highlights everything that I talk about on this channel about alternatives and being the part of the parallel economy and all of that. Again, apologies, not in my usual room. This is the room where I usually stream video games. We're getting the PC built in the other studio, so I'm kind of going to be in here for the next few days. But today I want to talk about this because it does involve certainly my company. The first instinct of these weirdos, I'm not going to take too much time on this, but the first instinct of these weirdos is to snitch. Okay. So they want to try to ruin your livelihood. That's what happens. So you have a opinion that differs from them, and what they do is try to go to your employers. It's one of the like big tactics that's utilized these days, coming from these like weirdos. Now, I'm not gonna bore you to death with the details. I'm sure you guys know what's been going on with J.K. Rowling and her thoughts on gender, which isn't even, it's a pretty mild, she's a raging leftist, but it's a pretty mild position it is that she has, which has basically a bunch of leftists that have turned on her. And Hogwarts Legacy was a big part of that. You were a transphobe, you were all of these sorts of different names. You were not the proper ally in the event that you went and played Hogwarts Legacy. And of course, we know a lot of streamers that were getting shamed into playing, not shamed, excuse me, out of playing it, even though they wanted to. It's what happens when you cultivate that audience. I did a video on that. But let's just get right into it. So this is some weirdo who, I mean, pronoun, look, everything that you think of the bio, it's there, okay? Pride flag, pronouns, all of that good stuff, BLM hashtag, it's the same old stuff. So you guys know Andrew is the creative and social media manager for the Rippaverse, and big Harry Potter guy. And he has, of course, angered these weirdos by, it's all stemming around Hogwarts Legacy. And this person here thought that it was a good idea to get upset, right, at me, the company, more so, because they didn't do the research, because he called him a muggle. Now, you guys know that that's a term used in the Harry Potter's universe. That really means people that are, not coming from the magic family, all that sort of stuff, whatever. And this is what he said. He said, do y'all know your creative manager is out here calling queer people? He's not calling queer people that. He's calling these weirdos who are being deranged over this whole Hogwarts Legacy and J.K. Rowling situation, weirdos, those types of folks, and harassing them. This is a term they use when, I mean, you can argue that's a term they're using that more applies to what it is that they try to do. Definitely the people that, let's say, wanted to play that game, and harassing them because they don't like the mid-ass wizard game. So the person never did the research. Okay, and now I responded to this directly because I wanted this person to understand this, and I'll make my point here in a little bit, right here. And I told him that I know you're so used to crying to the employers of people saying things you don't like, but that weak shit does not work over here, and it doesn't. You know, this is the part of the parallel economy that gets slept on. These people are so accustomed to doing this. It doesn't work over here. You have no power. Nothing's going to happen to Andrew because he said something that you didn't like. Because we don't care about we want to be seen and liked, and we don't want people to get the wrong idea. We don't care about that, right? Our whole point as a company is to give, that's why I started this bad boy. You know, it's to be able to have people, not just on the creative side of like the actual content, but also in positions like what Andrew is, where he's a direct employer for the company, to be able to be themselves and not have to have fear, which is what most non-leftists have to have anyway, when they like are having positions that other folks don't like. And this is why a lot of them choose the anonymous route, because, well, you guys are going to try to go to their employers. He can be himself. I don't care. You can be mad all you want. Nothing's going to change. He does great work for this company, and he is certainly entitled to have the positions it is that he has. That's okay. They're not used to that, guys. And this is the importance of the whole parallel economy thing. This is what you get to mitigate. And on a serious tip, and I'll hit on this note, on a serious tip, this is what happens when, you are able to get in a position to employ people, because They do their best work when they are not having to be feared of being, let's say, or be scared of being canceled or something. They get to just wake up, be themselves, and do their best work. Okay? You can imagine that as people hold these ideological guns to each other, you can imagine how terrible of a work environment that is. You can't do your best work working under those conditions. Fear of your livelihood being stripped away from you, not because you wasn't performing the job, but because some deranged weirdo went to your employer and said, well, you said something that goes against some mob of weirdos. Well, we don't cater to the mob of weirdos, so those tactics don't work at all. Loser.